Hello friend, and welcome back to my channel, Blue Nose Trading. My name is Tori Solis, and today I'm going to be testing Light Jade from Penguin Pottery Celadon Glaze series. I'm going to be testing this glaze on 7 different clay body test tiles, as well as across a white stoneware textured mug. I'm happy to let y'all know that Penguin Pottery reached out and sent me lots of their glazes to make different test videos for the channel. Penguin Pottery is a small clay business located in Vermont. They include a lifetime warranty with their glazes, which is super cool of them. Penguin Pottery's commitment to working sustainably is one of my favorite parts of our collaboration. Sustainability is important to me as well as I run my own business. Thank you again, Penguin Pottery. I'm super pumped to test out all of these sweet new glaze colors. This is a cone 6 glaze that's listed as lead-free, non-toxic, and food safe. I'm going to be brushing glazes onto my tile. These glazes are formulated for brushing. If you want to dip this glaze, Penguin Pottery recommends that you use a dispersing agent like Darvan. I brush my test tiles in 1, 2, and 3 coats with the thickest coat at the top of the tile. I fire my tiles hanging on a high alumina rod to see how the glaze will perform on a vertical surface. In this way, I'm testing for running as well. With the thickest coat of glaze at the top of the tile, if a glaze is going to run, it has somewhere to go. I like to test glazes on lots of different clay bodies to get a rough idea of how a glaze is going to behave on different colors or surfaces. Everyone out there is working with different kinds of clay, and maybe one of these tiles can help you guess at what might happen for you. As always, I strongly recommend that you make your own test tiles in your own kiln. Fire your tiles exactly how you would fire your normal work. There are a lot of different factors that go into how a glaze is going to turn out. The best way to see how a glaze is going to work in your kiln, on your clay, with your application is to do your own testing. First up, let's look at this textured white stoneware mug. At 2 coats, this is a soft, semi-transparent Celadon blue. This is a nice light sky blue. In a true Celadon fashion, you can see the clay body and texture well through the glaze. There's a slight bit of pitting in the crevices where the glaze was applied thickest. It could be a clay body issue, so be sure to make your own tests and mind your application thickness. The results on the white stoneware tile show a similar result. The blue is gorgeous and sparkles like a gem where it pools. But in thick application, there is a risk for some pitting, at least on this particular clay body. On the Laguna B-Mix tile, this glaze has the same beautiful blue color, but it seems to have a little more movement. The thicker application from the top layer ran down the tile slightly, and there was a little bit of pitting on the surface where the glaze pooled up in the thickest parts. The glaze and clay body reaction are similar on Laguna Frost porcelain. There is a slight bit of movement in this glaze, and the blue is incredibly vibrant, but at a thinner application would seem better, as there is a slight pitting where the glaze pools on this tile as well. On the spectacular clay body, the speckles bleed into the blue and make a nice stringy black appearance in the glaze. There is a little bit of movement and just the tiniest bit of pitting where the glaze was thickest. Laguna Speckled Buff fits this glaze well. The blue is phenomenal and the speckles bleed through with slightly less frequency. I don't see any signs of pitting on this tile, but I would still advocate for caution with super thick application with this glaze. This glaze looks incredible on red stoneware. The blue is vibrant and contrasts the red clay, and it gives a great coverage and surface. The glaze is also a great choice for Laguna B3. The fit and color look great in thicker applications on this black clay body. I don't see any pitting, and I would be willing to test increasing the thickness of application on this clay just to see what it does. It doesn't mean it won't pit, but it could look more interesting with thicker application. All around, this is a very lovely Celadon blue that looks great on every kind of clay body. There seems to be a slightly increased risk for pitting on some stoneware clays where the application is very thick. I strongly suggest you run tests and especially test out thickness and running propensity on your own clay body. This glaze seems to be a great choice for darker clay bodies such as reds and blacks. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoyed learning more about this glaze and can make use of this information in your own studio. If you'd like to help support my channel so I can make more glaze test videos for you, consider becoming a supporter of my channel at patreon.com/bluenosetrading. If you'd like to see all of the ceramics I currently have available for sale, visit my website, bluenosetrading.com. If you want to stick around for more art videos, be sure to subscribe to this channel, Blue Nose Trading. Thank you again, Penguin Pottery Supplies, for sending me the glaze to make this test video for everyone. Thank you for being here till the end of the video. Remember that you have great ideas that are worth exploring, drink lots of water, and I will see y'all next week.